Welcome back to the Sort of Truth podcast, the alcohol-fueled, chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with a hazy room full of craft brew on the side. I'm Nate.
And I'm Jade, and on this episode, we are getting low with Chapter 51 of Blood of the Fold.
Get low, skeet, skeet, motherfucker,
Skeet, skeet, got game.
Got game!
From the window.
To the wall?
Yeah, and the...
Till the... Well, I guess if we're talking about Richard, till the blood drips down these walls.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, that's also...
Stab, stab, motherfucker!
Yeah, stab, stab.
That was so bad.
Wow.
But you can't edit audio, so there it stays.
Now you guys have to hear that forever. You're welcome. So before we get into this episode, we wanted to remind you about our friends over at 4 Acre Freedom.
Yeah.
They are a one-stop shop that is family-owned and operated, and they have pretty much everything you're already looking for. They've got shirts, hoodies, beer koozies. Great. Like, if you're looking for Christmas gifts, you can really find pretty much anything you're looking for. They do custom jewelry, rings. If you have any custom woodwork, signs, or leatherwork that you've been kind of putting off getting, you could definitely contact them, and they will help you figure out exactly what is in your mind.
We were actually with them this weekend, and they have these badass new wine bottle boxes that they're making with like all sorts of 3D cutout shit on them. Dude, they're fucking cool. They are so fucking cool. Also, wooden deck boxes for all you D&D and like Magic the Gathering players out there. They're fucking awesome in case you want one of those for Christmas. Like she was saying.
Yeah.
If maybe you...
Yeah, I hear you. I know what you're saying.
Want a deck box
I hear you. I
for
hear
Christmas.
You.
just wanted to put that out into the universe. I'm done now. Go ahead.
Well, if any of you wanted to check them out for yourself in person, they're going to be at Christmas Through Lowell in Lowell, November 19th, 20th, and the 21st. They're going to be located at the Green Ridge Realty Building, and everything they do is the best quality. It's literally all handmade. The value there, the quality is there, everything they do is fucking awesome. And you're not going to regret it if you go out and take a look. I promise. It's worth the trek if you are a little ways away. And if you can't make it there, you can also check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, 4acrefreedom.com. High quality.
I wasn't ready for the point. Handcrafted.
Yeah, we were going to do a thing.
It was totally planned.
We were going to be partners in the end of it. It was going to be cool. It was cool. Yeah, we did it.
Babe, I think it was badass. And perfect. First try.
First try.
That actually was the first try, and that's okay. Dig it. Before we get into the... I guess you already said that, so maybe it's weird if I say it twice.
Say it again. Don't.
Yeah. I just wanted to remind you guys that our live episode on Patreon is coming up December 4 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes.
That was a fun way to say that.
Mm-hmm. There's a Goodnight Texas song that's in the chorus. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh.
Anyways, we will be live on Patreon hanging out with all of you guys for like a big book wrap up. We're going to be live so you guys can talk to us in the comments. We can get a little conversation going. It's going to be a good fucking time. And I'm happy to report that I believe I already have the beer chosen for that episode.
You do? It's
a beer normally I only reserve for Christmas, but I'm going to bust open one of our special bottles.
Okay. This is the first time hearing about it, and so my opinion is mixed, I think, right now. But
I looked in the little mini fridge we have here in our quote-unquote studio, and I realized that we still have some of the No Rules chocolate raspberry.
Yeah, just the one bottle, though.
Just the one. And I think, I just broke the podcast rule. My phone made a noise. But yeah, I think because it's a special episode that we should have that special beer. It's worth it. It's good.
I guess if we're waiting to save it for a special occasion, that is a special occasion.
Exactly.
And the really nice part that I'm now thinking of is that way we could share it with everybody, right? Right? We could share it with all of our friends, right? But we don't actually have to share
Her point is, but we don't have to share. We can share it in theory.
I think I love that. I think I love that idea.
Sharing without sharing.
I think it makes me sound like an asshole, but I think I love it.
Well, you are a middle child.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's okay.
I dealt with it enough, so.
I understand.
I want it.
I feel like we all understand. As long as you share with me, I will understand.
Now, I'm going to share with you the responsibility of doing this podcast.
So professional.
So, we start the episode with Richard and Kahlan. They are sneaking around the palace still. They are down in the vaults, and they're like hiding against the walls from like people running around. There's shit going down still. And they are trying to get down there so they can blow it up. That was the discussion in the really set fire. That was the discussion in the last time we saw them.
Yeah, they're going to try and destroy it somehow. That was Richard's throw-off idea. What's unclear here to me is if they are down in the vaults specifically to figure out a way to blow it up, or if, because Kahlan does kind of suggest they just burn the books, but we will get to that. If that was the plan to blow it up from the vaults, or if they happen to be down here because of something that Richard is looking for and didn't really intend what occurs later in the chapter. Is it just happenstance that they're
I think
where
it's
they need to be?
Kind of a nice coincidence of all three, because I think they want them to destroy the books. Prioritize. That was a priority.
Respect my priority.
And then also destroy the palace if they could. And Richard really wanted that book, so everything just happened really nice. Maybe he wouldn't have gone out of his way for it had they not had to go back down there.
I gotcha.
All right. So Richard does promise Kahlan that they're going to come out of here alive. But then they see dead Sister Becky, a couple dozen blood of the fold chopped cleanly in like half by like mid-chest. Like just under the nipple line is where I'm imagining.
Just under the nips. Yeah. Through the armor, through like even the cape is cleanly cut clean. That was unnecessary. There was a movie trailer that I watched maybe a few years ago of, I want to say, a little girl on a boat?
Ghost ship, I think.
Is it Ghost Ship?
I think
Where
so.
like everybody in the room gets
talking about.
fucking sliced. I've never watched the movie either. I want to though, because everybody else gets sliced in half, and because she's short, she survives.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't have any idea what the movie is about. Probably something to do with that.
Ghost ship.
Yeah. But that's what this reminds me of.
Yeah. And there's a thin layer of glowing smoke that seems to be the cause of the chopping, because it's about that high up. Now, at first, I was like thinking it was smoke coming from the ground up, but it's like from the ceiling down to mid-chest level.
Yeah, sorry, that might be me. I'm sorry. Yes, yeah. It seems like it's either filling the room or what I kind of pictured it as, just a thin line. Like it's not coming entirely from, it's coming from the top down, but like it's...
Oh, okay.
It's in one
so
strip
just like,
clean across the room.
Like a laser?
Yes.
But not
like a laser
but they
beam.
don't know what lasers are, so they can't say it's a laser. They just have to say glowing smoke line.
Maybe that's exactly what it is. It's a fucking look, throughout the notes I wrote it like smoke. It's just like a haze of some kind, so it's like, oh, obviously like a smoky haze. But yeah, maybe it is a laser.
It's like a laser with smoke in front of it.
They just don't have the words to describe a laser.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, that's what we're going to call it from now on, though. It's the laser that they're avoiding.
And then that brings me to some Tenacious D vibes here later on in the chapter as well.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So Richard's like, yo, I'll be right back. And Kahlan's like, no, the fuck you won't. That 10-foot rule, remember? I'm coming with you wherever you're
told
going.
Ya.
Richard has his own opinions about it.
Well, yeah, he goes, I'd rather see you angry than dead.
And she's like, oh, yeah? Yeah, you think so, Richard? Do ya?
Yeah, you think that now.
Yeah, wait till you see me angry. Like, so far, I haven't actually gotten pissed at you. I've been pissed at other people or pissed for you, but I got over being mad at you real quick, so just wait.
I got it stocked up. You just fucking remember that. It's just like Jade. She's 5'3", but I swear to fuck, she grows to 7 foot when she's mad. So that happens.
Yeah, you may have told them that before.
I might have, but it's fucking true. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes. As a 6 foot man, yeah, you can get big.
Well, don't fuck with me, man.
Or tall. I should say tall.
So Richard's whole reason that he has to go in here is because he needs a book of prophecy before the palace is destroyed. So they decide to crawl in beneath the fucking laser. And because of the way it's described with the glowing smoke, in my head, I got the vibe of somebody being like, I have to go back in the house for the teddy bear or the fucking photo album. Which, don't get me wrong, I love pictures. I love stuffed animals. I love like fucking everything. I love lots of things. But every time you see, like, in the movies or whatever, someone's like, I'm going back in for XYZ. You're like, no!
Don't do that.
That's dumb. You're gonna get trapped in there. It's gonna be a whole other scene we have to watch you suffer through, and then you're gonna come out fine. Like, when really you should die, because that's how it would happen in real life. You wouldn't
Most
make it
likely,
back
out.
Yeah. But he does it because he's Richard, and he has to go get the fucking book.
You know, something that kind of is a parallel here, my dad's name is Richard.
Yeah.
And he was the point man on a fire team. So he was like the guy that would run into the house and look for people. Well, he was a fireman. Maybe I said that weird, but like he was the guy that would do that. And so whenever he was telling my brothers and I about like what to do and what not to do in case of a fire, he always was adamant. He goes, I don't care what's in there. Even if it's another person, you wait until the fucking fire department never run in there, because like he's had it where his shit wasn't perfectly sealed, and he goes, within 30 seconds of you running into a house, you can't breathe and you feel like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And that's just, it always terrified me. Luckily,
Yeah.
I've never lived through a fire. I know it's devastating, but
That's what I was always taught too, and that's why when I read this, I was like, ooh, that doesn't seem like the right thing to do. And there was also a TV show I watched that a lot of people watched. This Is Us. You probably haven't watched it, but
no, I haven't seen it.
There's a fire incident. Spoiler, don't listen. But the dad goes back in for the dog, and the dog survives. I'll just leave it there.
Well, I'm not watching it now. That's too fucking sad.
Yeah.
At least the dog's okay.
So once they're in the door in this laser room, the 6-foot thick door closes behind them. Like every scary fucking movie. Every time you go into a room, you get locked in there. Duh.
Of course. I mean, it has to be 6 foot thick too. So Richard's not busting through it.
No, and we knew that because they're the vault doors. Like, why would they be called vaults if you had light doors? He thinks he'll be able to open it again with his, like, magic hand shit, but he's not really sure. After this, there's, like, a long fucking pause and awkward silence, because now we might be trapped in here forever underneath the fucking laser.
Yeah, Kahlan looking for the vote of confidence. He's like, I think I can get it open. Yeah, maybe.
As they're crawling on the ground. Like, at this point, also, by the way, my knees would be screaming. Like, I don't know if this is normal for adults, but if I try to crawl around on any type of hard surface, my knees are, like, not okay with it immediately.
Well, that's a stone floor, too.
That's what I'm saying.
No carpet, nothing like that. Yeah. Yeah, we're over 30, so that ain't happening.
No. Richard breaks the awkward silence by apologizing to Kahlan about the moves he made for the Midlands in her absence, which he already kind of did earlier. And there's another long pause after he does this. Kahlan then tells him that she thinks that the Sisters of Light did a noble thing by breaking 3,000 years of tradition for the good of those people. So she's going to keep an open mind when he explains himself to her. You know, once they have time, because we need to get the fuck out. Like, why are we even in here? Like, can we just, like, not focus on that shit right now that we've already been over, kind of?
Right. Well, I mean, in here I get, but let's not stop and have a conversation. We're doing some shit, man. This happens so many times throughout the course of the books. And look, some of it is pertinent information you need before something else happens in the story. You know what I mean? Like, if you didn't have this little aside with this little detail, something else might not make perfect sense. But at the time, like, if me and you were in this stressful ass situation, I would not stop to